What if I told you that begging for love doesn't just fail, it guarantees you lose her respect? Too many men believe that showing more emotion, chasing harder, or proving their worth will somehow make her stay, but in reality, the more you plead, the more invisible you become, because love isn't earned through desperation, it's inspired through self-respect. That pain you feel right now, the heartbreak, the rejection, the confusion, it's not your downfall, it's your turning point. It's the invitation to step into a version of yourself that doesn't chase, but gets chosen. Respect yourself first, because no one else will do it for you. Right now, you have two paths. Keep lowering your value in hopes she sees it, or become the man who never has to ask to be seen. If you're ready to stop begging and start becoming, hit that like button, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment below. I respect myself enough to walk away. Let's shift the energy. Number 1. Why your absence makes her want you more. Most men make the same mistake when things begin to feel uncertain in a relationship. They cling tighter. They text more, plan more, try to make themselves constantly available in hopes that consistency will equal security. But what they don't realize is that this overexposure kills desire. When you're always present, always responding, always making yourself easy to reach, you lose your edge. Most people beg, plead, or drown in distractions. None of that works because it's weakness disguised as hope. The one who wins doesn't chase, he vanishes, he rebuilds, he becomes a mystery. This isn't just about moving on. It's a silent war where the battlefield is their mind. So let's flip the script. Let's introduce a more calculated approach, rooted in Stoic thought and real psychological pull. Step 1. The cold vanish. Right now you feel like you need to do something to keep her attention. You fear that if you're not there, someone else will be. That fear drives you to over-communicate. But here's the twist. Your absence is more powerful than your presence when used right. Your constant presence dulls her senses. When you're gone, she notices. The silence echoes. Just like a rare stone becomes more valuable when it's hard to find, so too does your time and attention. This pain of pulling away isn't your enemy. It's the tool that makes her feel your worth. Action. Don't reply instantly. Don't be the first to reach out. Don't over-uninvite. Let time stretch. Let her wonder. Go live your life. Hit the gym. Dive into your goals. Disappear for a day or two. Let her feel that void. Psychological effect. Her brain begins to fill in the gaps. Why isn't he texting? Is he with someone else? Is he over me? This doubt isn't cruelty, it's intrigue. Curiosity is a powerful force. She'll begin to crave your presence precisely because you're not flooding her with it. Call to action. Comment below. My silence speaks louder than words. Step 2. Then is a privilege. Right now you may think that being available shows care, but in truth, when something is always available, it loses its allure. If you're always on standby, always free, you become background noise. Your time should feel earned, not assumed. This is where Stoic philosophy hits hard. Your time is your most sacred asset. It's not meant to be squandered for approval. Action. Set boundaries with your time. If she asks to hang out and it conflicts with your gym, your work, your goals, say no. Politely, confidently. Be a man who lives by his calendar, not by her mood swings. Psychological effect. When she sees that she isn't your whole world, she starts trying to be a bigger part of it. People chase what they can't fully grasp. You become the man with purpose, not the man orbiting her. Call to action. Comment below. My time is earned, not given. Step 3. Mystery over predictability. You think consistency builds trust, and in many areas it does. But in the early stages of desire, unpredictability is king. When she knows exactly when you'll call, text, or show up, she stops feeling excitement. Predictability breeds boredom. Instead, you need to bring back mystery. Think of it as a dance, not a checklist. Action. Change patterns. Don't text at the same times. Don't always initiate plans. Mix it up. Share less. Leave parts of your life unsaid. Let her ask. Let her guess. Psychological effect. She stays mentally engaged. She leans in. She wonders, who is he really? That wondering turns into fascination, and fascination turns into investment. Call to action. Comment below. Predictability is comfort. Mystery is desire. Closing note. This isn't about manipulation. It's about reclaiming your presence. It's about letting her feel your worth through contrast, not constant affirmation. You don't win by chasing. You win by becoming a man whose absence is felt more deeply than his overbearing presence. Number 2. The power of being selectively available. In the emotional chaos of modern dating, most men fall into the trap of always being there, texting back within seconds, picking up every call, shifting plans instantly to accommodate her schedule. This behavior, while seemingly kind, betrays a deeper insecurity. It says, "I need your validation more than I value my time." But here's the truth most avoid. When you're always available, you devalue your presence. Most people seek connection by giving everything up front, every moment, every reply, every ounce of attention, and yet none of that creates desire. The one who commands attraction isn't the one who gives everything, but the one who makes his attention feel earned. This isn't about cruelty, it's about control. This is mental warfare, and your greatest weapon is disciplined availability. Step 1. The delayed response. Right now, you might believe that quick replies make you seem caring, but the opposite is true. Immediate responsiveness signals boredom, desperation, and a lack of meaningful purpose. She knows where you are, what you're doing, and that you're free. That's not attractive, it's predictable and forgettable. Time to flip the script. From a Stoic point of view, your time is a non-renewable asset. Every second spent replying instantly is a second not invested in your personal evolution. Action. Delay your responses. Let messages sit. Not out of spite, but out of principle. Train yourself to prioritize what matters. Your fitness, your finances, your focus. Then, and only then, return the message. Psychological effect. This brief silence creates uncertainty. She doesn't know where she stands. That gap, it makes her think. It makes her curious. She starts to check her phone more, replay conversations, wonder what you're doing. That's the beginning of investment. From her side. Call to action. Comment below. I own my time. I answer on my terms. Step 2. The busy signal. Most guys cancel gym sessions, ignore work calls, or skip sleep just to be available when she calls. This kind of self-abandonment sends the wrong signal. It tells her, you are my purpose, and once you've made her the center of your universe, she begins to take you for granted. True Stoic practice is about living with intent. You must be so locked into your personal mission that everything else revolves around it, not the other way around. Action. Stop changing your schedule to please her. If you have something on your calendar, stick to it. If she wants to meet but it clashes with your priorities, suggest another time. Show her that while you enjoy her company, she does not own your time. Psychological effect. This creates a sense of challenge. She begins to perceive you as high value, not because you say you are, but because your behavior reflects it. And people crave what they can't easily possess. Call to action. Comment below. My schedule reflects my standards. Step 3. The social contrast. You might think being just hers makes her feel special. But here's the twist. When she sees you have other priorities, other people, other places that demand your attention, she begins to respect your time more. You become the man others want to be around. You are no longer just an option, you're the prize. Action. Build a strong social life. Go out with friends. Be active in communities that matter. Post less but with purpose. Show a life that's full, even without her. You don't need to flaunt it, just live it. Psychological effect. She sees you're not dependent on her presence to feel whole. That's power. She'll want to be a part of that world, not out of pity or convenience, but out of desire. Call to action. Comment below. I'm not available, I'm evolving. Closing note. Your availability should be a reward, not a default setting. You're being deliberate. In a world that demands your constant attention, learn to protect your energy like it's sacred, because it is. Number 3. How uncertainty keeps you in her mind. When a man reveals all his thoughts, feelings and intentions too quickly, he gives away the most powerful position he holds: emotional leverage. Most men think that by reassuring her constantly, professing love early or validating her fears, they're creating connection, but what they're actually doing is killing mystery. They make themselves emotionally transparent, easy to predict, and in doing so lose the subtle tension that fuels desire. Most people over-explain, overshare and over-coach in hopes of winning someone over. But true attraction isn't earned through comfort, it's sustained through uncertainty. The one who remains calm, composed and enigmatic becomes the one who dominates her thoughts. From a Stoic lens, you are not here to soothe someone else's mind at the cost of your own peace. You are here to live with purpose, speak with restraint and move with control. That silence, that distance, it's a calculated force that keeps her emotionally invested. Step 1. Emotional asymmetry. Right now you may be tempted to tell her exactly how you feel, to lay it all out, hoping that clarity will win her loyalty. But humans aren't wired that way. When someone feels certain of your position, they stop fighting for your attention. Your words, no matter how poetic or heartfelt, start to fade into the background. But when you hold back, when you allow a space between your emotions and your expressions, you create a vacuum that her mind rushes to fill. Action. Stop announcing how much you care. If you do something nice, let it speak for itself. If she asks how you feel, give a confident but subtle answer. Say less than you could. Let her wonder what you're truly thinking. Psychological effect. She begins to invest more mental energy in you. She replays conversations, analyzes meanings, questions motives. This mental engagement strengthens emotional bonds far more than overt declarations ever could. Call to action. Comment below. Uncertainty keeps the flame alive. Step 2. The quiet confidence. You may feel pressure to clarify your intentions to avoid misunderstandings. But the need to explain yourself excessively often stems from a lack of inner certainty. A Stoic man doesn't explain himself to ease others. He lets his actions, his silence, and his calm presence speak louder than words ever could. Action. When she questions your choices, don't over-defend. When she wants clarity, don't rush to soothe her anxiety. Instead, hold your ground, maintain your tone, say only what's needed. Show her that you are a man who trusts himself, even when others don't fully understand him. Psychological effect. This quiet confidence shakes her. It tells her that she's dealing with someone who isn't emotionally dependent on external validation. That calm detachment makes her lean in, wanting to decode you, to get closer, to win you over. Call to action. Comment below. I don't chase clarity, I embody certainty. Step 3. Disrupt the pattern. If your interactions follow a pattern, Daily texts, predictable calls, same compliments. She begins to check out emotionally. What was once exciting becomes routine. But unpredictability, used sparingly, reignites interest. It reminds her that she doesn't fully understand you, and what the mind can't predict, it obsesses over. Action. Break patterns occasionally. Take longer to reply, miss a call, change a plan. Introduce silence where there was once consistency. Don't explain why. Let the shift linger. She will notice. She will feel it. Psychological effect. These small disruptions interrupt her emotional rhythm. They make her more aware of your absence, more alert to your energy, and more drawn to your presence. Her emotional response intensifies because now she's not in control of the narrative. You are. Call to action. Comment below. Mystery isn't a game, it's an advantage. Closing note. Stop trying to be understood so quickly. Stop revealing every layer in the hope of comfort. The most attractive man is the one who holds something back. Not out of fear, but out of purpose. Be calm. Be unreadable. Let her guess, and in guessing, let her fall deeper. Number 4. Why she fights harder when you have options. One of the greatest misconceptions in modern dating is that exclusivity, especially early on, is the highest form of commitment. Most men believe that by showing they're fully focused on her, without other interests or female attention, they'll win her heart. But what they don't realize is this: people only fight for what they feel they might lose. If she believes she has you fully and without effort, she loses urgency, she relaxes, she invests less. But when she sees that other women are drawn to you, that your presence is valued elsewhere, something shifts in her psychology. She starts to question her position. She feels that invisible tension, that primal pull to compete. From a Stoic standpoint, this has nothing to do with manipulation. It's simply about living with self-respect. You're not a beggar hoping to be chosen. You are the one who chooses. And your life, full of movement and magnetism, is the proof. Step 1. The social proof shift. Right now you might think that staying out of social scenes, avoiding contact with other women, and devoting all your time to her shows loyalty, but in reality it sends a different message. I have no other options. That's not romantic, that's risky. The human mind naturally assigns value based on demand. If others see your worth, she will too, but if you isolate yourself, you make her feel too secure, and security without effort leads to emotional complacency. Action. Don't shrink your social circle. Stay active in your community. Talk to others confidently, especially women. Let her see that you're socially dynamic without ever being disrespectful. Psychological effect. This creates a subconscious trigger, competition. She starts to wonder where she ranks. She becomes more alert to your attention. The possibility of someone else catching your eye forces her to stay present, invested, and engaged. Call to action. Comment below. I am the prize, never the option. Step 2. Subtle display, never bragging. Many men who learn this truth take it too far. They start name-dropping, bragging about attention they get, or trying to make her jealous on purpose. But that backfires. Stoicism teaches restraint. True value is shown, not shouted. The key is to make your life attractive through action, not announcement. Action. Post moments of your life where you're out, engaged and growing, without directly trying to make her react. Let mutual friends mention you, let your vibe speak. When she brings up your lifestyle, smile and change the subject. Let the ambiguity deepen her curiosity. Psychological effect. She begins to feel a subtle fear. Not panic, but the awareness that other women might see what she sees. This natural pressure compels her to bring more effort, more energy, more emotional investment to keep your attention. Call to action, comment below. I don't flex, I move different. Step 3. The calm confidence. You might think showing options means acting cocky or unavailable, but no, the deepest form of power is calm confidence. A man who knows he has options doesn't need to flaunt or exaggerate. He just moves with poise. He listens more, speaks less, reacts slower. His lack of anxiety becomes his magnetism. Action. When she challenges your attention, questions where you've been, who you're with, don't defend, don't attack. Just respond with quiet strength. I live my life. I value time with people who value me. That's it. No need for games, just truth. Psychological effect. She realizes you're not a man to be controlled. You can walk away at any time. That clarity creates a unique attraction, built not on fear, but on respect. Call to action, comment below. Options don't make me arrogant. They keep me centered. Closing note. You don't need to fake popularity or pretend to be chaste. You only need to live in a way that shows you could walk away and still thrive. That energy shifts everything. She no longer assumes your presence, she earns it. And that changes how she sees you forever. Number 5. Why mystery makes you irresistible. In a world obsessed with transparency and instant gratification, most men lose the game before it even begins by being too available, too predictable, and too easy to read. They think consistency equals connection, that constant texting and routine gestures create stability, but for desire to survive, mystery must live. The truth is, when she feels she understands every corner of you, the intrigue dies. You stop being an adventure and become a routine. Most men crave certainty, but attraction is born in uncertainty. From a Stoic perspective, you don't owe your full self to anyone, not until it's earned. Your depth is your leverage. Keep it sacred, keep it guarded, because what is fully known is often taken for granted, but what is elusive remains powerful. Step 1. Break the pattern. Right now you might be stuck in a cycle. Good morning texts, same conversation flows, same days spent together. At first it feels comfortable, but soon that comfort dulls the edges of desire. Predictability kills curiosity. Curiosity is the root of pursuit. Action. Break the rhythm. Don't text at the usual time. Cancel a plan last minute and reschedule with confidence. Do something new alone and don't announce it. Don't apologize, just live. Let the silence speak for you. Let her feel the shift. Psychological effect. When the pattern breaks, the mind reacts. She becomes more alert, more invested. She tries to read the signals, asks herself questions, searches for clues. That mental effort bonds her more than any text could. Call to action. Comment below. I am not a pattern, I am a presence. Step 2. Limit your exposure. You might believe that sharing everything makes her feel closer, but oversharing robs you of intrigue. She doesn't need to know where you are, what you're thinking, or what you're doing at every moment. Instead of feeling connected, she starts feeling control. Stoicism teaches us to preserve our internal world. That privacy is power. Action. Start saying less. Share fewer details. Speak only when needed. Avoid explaining your moves or announcing your plans. Keep your thoughts layered. When she asks questions, answer with honesty but not excess. Psychological effect. She feels the pull. She leans in. She starts to wonder, what's he thinking? Why didn't he tell me that? That wondering becomes emotional investment. She now seeks what you don't offer freely. Call to action. Comment below. My silence is my strength. Step 3. Become unreadable. Right now she might know exactly how you'll respond in every situation. She can read your moods, your replies, your moves. That comfort, while sweet, is deadly for passion. Mystery isn't about hiding, it's about being dynamic. The unreadable man isn't a liar, he's just not a slave to expectation. Action. Change your responses. Be unpredictable in your energy. If you used to compliment often, pull back. If you used to respond emotionally, stay calm. Keep her guessing, not through chaos, but through growth. Let her see you evolving beyond the man she once thought she had figured out. Psychological effect. Her emotions stay active. She doesn't settle into boredom. She feels like she's still learning you, still earning you. And that pursuit, that subtle chase, keeps the fire alive. Call to action. Comment below. She'll never solve me, and that's the point. Closing note. Predictability is a comfort zone, but comfort zones don't build passion. You must be more than a man who texts on time. You must become a mystery wrapped in calm strength. You're not being difficult, you're being deliberate. And in that deliberateness, she finds herself drawn deeper, not by force, but by fascination. You began this video believing you had to prove yourself to be loved, but now you realize true value isn't spoken, it's lived. She didn't reject you to hurt you. She did it to reflect the part of you that still needed to rise. If you're ready to own your worth and never beg again, like this video, subscribe and comment below. I am unstoppable. Stand tall, move forward, because when you value yourself, the right ones can't help but do the same.